On Tuesday, the U.S. Department of Education stated that they would dismiss the leftover $3.9 billion in federal student loans held by 208,000 consumers of ITT Technical Institute's scam between 2005 and the present. One of the leading for-profit technical school networks in the United States, ITT Educational Services, went out of business in 2016. According to the Education Department, borrowers shouldn't even have to ask for a remission. In addition, the Education Department determined that ITT Tech made numerous false claims, including that its graduates would have better career prospects and greater ease in transferring credits to other institutions. The closure of ITT. The for-profit ITT Technical Institute, which has around 40,000 enrollees, notified its closure on September 6, 2016. After over 50 years of ongoing service, ITT Educational Services Incorporated announced, "It is with profound regret that we must report that ITT Educational Services Incorporated will discontinue academic operations at all of its ITT Technical Institutes permanently after approximately 50 years of continuous service." The suspension came less than 2 weeks after the Education Department imposed several restrictions, including a ban on enrolling students who depend on government help to meet tuition costs at the for-profit institution. The branch has been monitoring ITT's finances and operations since August of 2014. Authorities also claim that the new sanctions were imposed due to increasing concerns about the company's management, funds, recruitment strategies, graduation and employment rates, and overall potential to serve its educators. For more than half a century, ITT Tech has helped hundreds of thousands of non-traditional and underserved students improve their lives through career-focused technical education, the company said. Secretary of Education John King published a blog post informing prevailing ITT Tech pupils that they could either adhere to have their federal student loans released or begin their studies at a new institution, or they could continue their education and earn their certificate of completion or degree by transferring to another institution. It's worth noting that if students choose the latter, they might not be able to get their federal loans forgiven. Officials stated that the agency intended to send bulk emails informing students and faculty of alternatives, organize seminars and in-person meetings, and approach colleges on the ITT campus to see if they were willing to take transfer students. However, ITT Tech blamed the Education Department for its shutdown, saying that the agency's sanction of requiring the firm to boost its pre-existing assurance from $94 million to $247 million, equal to 40% of all Title IV federal money it obtained in 2015, was the deciding factor. The firm had previously said that it had no plans to close schools, but the monies were to be maintained by the state and utilized for compensation if ITT did so. The firm referred to the Education Department's measures as unjustified and unconstitutional, saying that they are only the most recent in a protracted campaign against for-profit institutions like the recently closed Corinthian colleges. In response, Undersecretary of Education Ted Mitchell issued a press release where he accused the for-profit of putting its pupils and billions of dollars in taxpayer-funded federal student assistance in danger due to its judgments, rather than those of the Education Department. "We knew when we stepped up our oversight of ITT that this outcome was a possibility," Mitchell said. "As we said then, it wasn't a decision we took lightly. Ultimately, our responsibility is not to any individual institution. It's to protect all students and all taxpayers. I have no doubt our decision was the right one." Tech company ITT under investigation. Approximately 208,000 students who attended ITT Tech between January 1, 2005 and September 30, 2016 were included in the lawsuit. Former students were notified of their impending discharge by the Education Department mail and asked not to submit any appeal. The evidence shows that for years, ITT's leaders intentionally misled students about the quality of their programs to profit off federal student loan programs with no regard for the hardship this would cause, Education Secretary Miguel Cardona said on a call. Debt relief applications submitted by former students of ITT Tech who allege fraud on the company's part have been reduced since the Biden government took office. For 130,000 students at ITT Tech, it granted $1.9 billion in withdrawals in the past year, despite evidence of rampant misstatements. According to investigations conducted by state and federal agencies, such as the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, ITT Tech consistently lied to its pupils about the transferability of their credits. The for-profit chain was also found to have misrepresented career and salary opportunities to students. The Democratic Attorney General of Maryland, Brian E. Frosh, assisted achieve a $330 million payout against ITT Tech for private loans. Many ITT Tech students were misled, coerced, or victimized by other illegal misconduct, Frosh stated. Before it shut down in 2016, ITT Tech was being looked into for fraud, misleading marketing, or pushing pupils into predatory loans by much more than 12 state attorney generals and 2 federal authorities. Fight for debt relief. ITT's access to government student financing was limited, and an accrediting agency vowed to cut ties with the business. The corporation sought and was granted bankruptcy protection to dispose of its operations. ITT had 137 locations with 35,000 students and 8,000 workers when it was shut down. Tasha Burkhalter and other former students have been campaigning for debt relief. As soon as Burkhalter was discharged from the Army in 2006, she started classes at ITT Tech to obtain a bachelor's degree in criminal law, since she had exhausted her GI Bill benefits long before she was ready to graduate. She claimed that getting a job to pay off her debt was extremely difficult because employers regarded her degree as meaningless. Burkhalter, a mother of 5, told journalists, "Whenever I told employers where I attended college, I was shown the door. The cloud of debt has been removed from over my head." DeVry University, the most popular stock-traded university. The $5.6 billion in federal student loans held by graduates of Corinthian College was dismissed in June, making Tuesday's declaration the second largest group release to date. Along with it came a slew of additional measures the government is seeking to make universities more accountable and reduce student loan debt. According to the government's announcement, DeVry University has been alerted that it is responsible for approximately $24 million in federal loans that the agency has dismissed through the debt relief program known as Borrower Defense to Repayment. In addition, most of the approximately 1,800 DeVry students who qualified for debt relief were recognized in February. In 2018, Adtalem Global Education traded DeVry to Cogswell Education, turning the once publicly listed for-profit institution into a private organization. The university has the right to a hearing before the agency and to file an appeal with the department. Jessie Fernandez, a university spokeswoman, said the department's fraud charges extend back to a time before the present administration was in place, but that the institution does not accord with the agency's stance. In a statement released Tuesday, Fernandez said, "We continue to believe the department mischaracterizes DeVry's calculation and disclosure of graduate outcomes in certain advertising, and we do not agree with the conclusions they have reached." The department has also announced that it will authorize the discharge of student loans of about 100 former students of the Massachusetts-based Kaplan Career Institute who studied between July 2011 and February 2012. Liberal lawmakers and activists. Massachusetts Attorney General Maura Healey outlined those students in 2016 after an analysis showed the now-defunct college used deceptive sales practices to enroll individuals in its healthcare billing and physician assistant programs, including false claims of high job placement rates for graduates. In 2015, the Attorney General looked into the allegations and ultimately settled for the $1.3 million with Kaplan Higher Education, the leading company, although Kaplan Higher Education vigorously contested the accusations. Approximately at the period of the settlement, Kaplan, a unit of Graham Holdings Company, the former owner of the Washington Post, leased or liquidated hundreds of Kaplan Career Institute sites. Healey applied for a mass dismissal, but his petition was pending at the Department of Education for 6 years. This year, students who had submitted the petition filed a class action complaint against the agency, claiming it was taking too long to decide. The news on Tuesday might finally put an end to that legal dispute. The announcement brings the total amount of loan forgiveness granted by the Biden government to 1.6 million debtors to over $32 billion. Nevertheless, activists and leftist lawmakers are demanding that the president make some good on a campaign pledge to cancel a significant portion of the $1.6 trillion federal student loan debt held by 45 million Americans. To all parties involved, Biden has pledged a decision by the mouth's end. That's all there is for today. Leave us a comment with your thoughts on U.S. cancels $3.9 billion in student debt. Also, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to our channel if you enjoyed the video. And click the notification bell to never miss our videos. Stay tuned.